So we interviewed a group of fans before the game on Friday.
Yes.
They were all very...
Hope it was all good.
It was all good. They're all very happy with you, and you seem pretty popular with the fans. They like to sing the Harry Kewell song. What's it like to be in a place like Istanbul and have fans?
I think the first time I was told about that Galatasaray was interested, when my agent told me that they were interested, my first initial reaction was, oh, okay, you know. It kind of really just went in and straight out my mind. But then when I got to learn more about it, the way they do things, the way they approach people, how nice they were, and when I first come out here, I think it all summed it up, that it was time for me to leave England and come here and be introduced into the Turkish league.
Was it a big decision to come to a place like Turkey rather than, say, Italy or Spain or France, or stay in England?
I think it was a big decision for me because, one, and the very most important one for me, is my family. That was the biggest decision I had to make, where knowing I was coming out here and knowing how the league works over here and how they like to prepare for games. They're away for games for a majority of, even home games are away, so I would have been away from the family a lot. So that was going to be a big decision for me. But again, it's not forever. You know, me and my wife sat down and decided that it's not going to be forever, and come over here and enjoy the experience.
What's the main differences for you between playing in the English Premier League and playing in the Turkish Super League?
I think personally the league's quite good here. It's maybe not as technical. I mean, all our players at Galatasaray are very technical, where I think any one of them could easily make a premiership team. The league itself is very fast, very furious. All the athletes here are very strong and very quick. Not much different to the English Premier League, but again, it's not got a higher rating as the English Premier League, because obviously Premier League has got the world's best player there at the moment, and it's got some of the up-and-coming world best players there as well.
Did you ever think that you'd play outside of the Premier League? Yeah,
I said it when I was like 20 years old playing for Leeds. They said, would you ever consider playing abroad? And I said, yes, I would. I would never turn down anything to try a different country. I think it was time for me to move along from the Premier League, because let's face it, my time at Liverpool wasn't a great one. So I had to leave that behind and have a fresh start.
Speaking of Liverpool, is there anything that you would change about your time there?
Yeah, there would. From near enough from the point, you know, I had a great 6 months there at the start. You know, everything was going well, and then, you know, you can't cry over spilled milk. Everyone goes through them. I just went through it at a bad time, and it kept me out for near enough 4 years. So it's disappointing. What could have been, but it's not. You've got to get on with your life, and you know, that's why I decided to move on.
Tell us about Galatasaray as a club and what it means in Istanbul and Turkey. It's one of the top 4 clubs. It's always fighting for the championship.
You ask that to a Galatasaray fan, and they would shoot you down if you said top 4 clubs. There's only one club for them in Turkey, and you know, it's fantastic to be a part of it. There is a lot of pressure on every player here. They do not concede to second. You know, if you come second, you might as well come last. You might as well get relegated. First is the only place, and even when you do come first, it's like expected. So there is a lot of pressure on us. Obviously, we've had an up and down season this year, but again, we're fighting. You know, we've got to get back to basics, and we're fighting, and you know, we've got a little bit of a run together now. So hopefully, long may it continue.
Do you enjoy that pressure, that extra pressure?
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's not good for the hair because I can, you know, see a few grey bits and that. But again, you know, it's fine. You know, I think you need that in football. I think when the pressure's not there, you kind of slip into an easy mode and you kind of drift, and you know, you start getting sloppy. You know, you get into positions where you have to win. You have to keep pushing yourself, forcing yourself to make these good passes, and you know, if you do make a mistake, you got to get back. And I think it's good for the game.
How are the fans different to what's in the UK?
Personally, I don't think you could touch them over here. They're unbelievable. I've seen some of the games where, even when I first come out here in 2000 when Leeds played Galatasaray, I remember doing the warm-up, and I don't think I did a warm-up because I was too busy looking at the way Galatasaray was singing and the way the team was moving, and it was fantastic to see that and to come out here and experience that week in, week out, because everywhere we go, home or away, I think we've been in Europe about 5 times now, and we've had near enough 40,000 fans at each stadium. It's fantastic. Our support is phenomenal, and I don't think you can touch it from any other club.
This season, the coach who signed you, Mikkel Skibbe, was sacked recently. Does that make things more interesting for you as a player?
Well, you never like to see a trainer get sacked, because at the end of the day, it's the player's fault. I take it on a personal note that the reason why he is sacked is because we weren't performing to our best of our abilities. But again, that's football. People demand results, and if it's not working, you've got to change the system. And now we've got a new trainer in there now, and he's cracking the whip, and we're all fighting again to be in his starting 11, and I think that's good.
Bülent Korkmaz, the new trainer, is a club legend. He was a legend with the team as a player, won the UEFA Cup in 2000.
Don't I know?
They like to tell us that. What does that mean for the club? Is it good to have a guy like him at this time?
Well, again, he knows the ins and outs of the Turkish league. He knows virtually every single player in Turkey. He knows how to win European games. He knows how to win the cup, especially the UEFA Cup. So I think it's important to have someone aboard like that. And again, he's been here now a couple of weeks, and every training session, every single player is on their toes. He does not let one thing slide, which is good. You like to see that. You like to see everyone training hard, working hard. And, he's turned around and said that if everyone is working hard, it's fantastic for the team.
You're on your toes all the time though, surely, Harry?
Yes, all the time, except after games.